Yes, it is. It is coffee time. Indeed. Indeed it is. 3:03 p.m. in New York City right now, where it is 70 degrees on the button in Central Park. Yeah, sunny with cloudy periods. And it's, who cares? It's 70 on the button. Yeah. So welcome to the big show today. It's good to have you here. I'd like to say special greetings, shout-outs, salutations, all that good stuff. All kinds of stuff. The one, the only Pauly B from Shooting the Shit with Pauly B is in the Spreaker.com chat room today. If you're not, you should get your butt on over here. Go to Spreaker.com and put in the letters HTLA in the search bar, and yeah, you'll find us. And also, we got to do some other shout-outs there. Mr. David Caruso, yes, the good old CSI Miami man himself. He'd be listening in today. Nice to see you, David. And, hey, don't forget to email us, producer@htlaradio1.com. And we'll get you on there on Straight Talk, talking about that, pretty fabulous photography you do. You bet. Well, let's see. I guess I have to do the obligatories. Yes, the obligatories, including the one, the only former social media goddess, Jenny McCartney. Is in the booth today, pushing those buttons, making the show go as she does so well every day. Yes. Well, we used to have that guy, Mark Keeler. He used to do that for us, and he screwed up one too many times, and he's gone. And now we got Jenny, and she's only screwed up, I think, twice. Is it twice since you've been here? Yeah, only twice. But it's okay. She's here, she's pushing the buttons, making the show go like she always does. Of course, on the 2442 PreSonus digital broadcast mixer, for anything. If you guys are out there into audio at all, professional audio, you already know. You don't need me telling you, but hey, get on over to PreSonus.com and check out what they got. Also, this show is brought to you, of course, by the fine folks at Tim Hortons, New York City, now with 8 fine locations in that city to serve your coffee and baked goods needs, and I know they serve my coffee needs every day. And I don't go for the baked goods because, being a radio host, it's not a very active life. You're in the chair for 20 hours a day. So, if I had a donut, yeah, I'd be just like Rush Limbaugh. Wait a minute. He's a radio host. See? Right there, proof. Rush Limbaugh. Stay away from the baked goods if you are in radio. There you go. Now, moving on now, we got to introduce the fine co-hosts on the show that we have every day. First, coming to us, of course, live from Mill Bay Studios in beautiful Mill Bay, British Columbia, Canada, working on the TV and the film and stuff. It's the one, the only Academy Award-nominated director. Actually, the big nomination was for the documentary Manson. Back in, I think, 1972, Louis, was that you there?
We were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award.
Right.
And we didn't.
Right. But it was for, Manson and stuff. Yeah.
He called me, and he called me. He kept calling me, and I wouldn't answer the phone.
Louis, we're actually live now.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Okay, good. That's much better.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Okay, all right. Well, moving on, of course, today we've also got the one, the only Gilbert Gottfried from about 8 blocks down the street here from Studio 2. Yes, okay. You are there indeed, yes.
What the fuck? I'm ready.
That's good. Well, you say that, but of course, we haven't introduced Morgan yet.
Yes.
I guess we got to do that, don't we? Yes, coming to us from his lovely home somewhere in Tennessee, because he won't let us tell you where. Of course, the one, the only Morgan Freeman, and 1, are you there? And 2, are you in a better mood?
Newsflash, you stupid cocks. Tie yourself down to whatever chair you're sitting in, because this is going to be a rough fucking ride.
I guess it was too much to ask.
Yes.
Was it too much to ask, Morgan?
No.
No, yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, see?
No.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
God, just work with me, man. Come on.
Yes.
It was totally... Yes. Well, moving on to the big show today, our first item up for bids on the news story is absolutely wrong. It's, of course, the report out of North Korea today about a senior minister executed for disloyalty to Kim. Yes, North Korea's defense minister, Hyung Jong-kol, has apparently been executed, possibly by anti-aircraft fire. Yes, for disloyalty, of course, to the country's leader, Kim Jong-un. Yes, South Korea's Yonhap news agency reported today. The state-run news service cited South Korea's spy agency, the National Intelligence Service. Hey, that's a good name for a spy agency. I like that. Well, the information related to North Korea's highly secretive country, ostracized by the West for its nuclear weapons ambitions and erratic political behavior, is extremely difficult to independently confirm. The NIS said that the immediate cause of Hyun's killing was that the chief of North Korea's People's Armed Forces, 66 years old, may have been attempting to start a rebellion against North Korea's reclusive young leader. The NIS didn't specify how it obtained the information. Kim is thought to have been behind a number of high-profile purges in top North Korean officials in recent times, including notably his uncle Jang Song-thaek, killed in 2013 for alleged treason. I've got a funny feeling that this information actually came from, what the hell's his name? I don't know. The Ricky Bobby guy. Yeah. Will something.
Yes.
I keep wanting to say Will Smith, but he's black. Knock it up.
It's not fucking funny.
Well, Yonhap reported Hyun was seen dozing off during a recent military event he presided over by Kim, and that Hyun had several occasions challenged by the young ruler's authority. Kim is around 32 years of age, although that, too, has not been verified. The NIS has claimed that Hyun was executed by firing squad using an anti-aircraft gun in front of hundreds of people at a military school in the North Korean capital of Pyongyang, likely around April 30th, would be consistent with other reports of exceptionally brutal executions ordered by Kim. South Korea's government has previously said that dozens of North Korean officials have been executed, many by machine gun. Ko Yu-won, a North Korea expert at Dongguk University in Seoul, Dongguk. It's like they named that after the American, slang.
Yes.
Now look, I see a bunch of Dongguk in the bush. Yes, well, that Korean expert there in Dongguk University in Seoul told the Associated Press today that Kim appears to be using purges to keep military old guard in check because they pose the only plausible threat to his rule. Well, I don't know. I think when you're parading around a bunch of cardboard trucks...
What the fuck?
I think that could be a problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No, really?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, getting back to stateside here, we got some more serious news, of course, which, of course, I'm going to screw. Yes, rescue teams find the 7th fatality in the Amtrak wreckage today. In Philadelphia, first responders combing the wreckage of the derailed Amtrak passenger train in Philadelphia on Wednesday found another body, raising the death toll to at least 7 killed, according to a Philadelphia fire official. Amtrak's Northeast Regional Train 188 from Washington, D.C. to New York City was carrying 238 passengers and 5 crew members when it left the track soon after 9 p.m. Tuesday night, throwing all 7 cars into disarray along a busy New York-Philadelphia corridor. Robert Sumwalt, with the National Transportation Safety Board, said Wednesday that first responders were still on the scene, carefully examining the equipment to see if there is anyone else in the rail cars. The teams were using cranes and hydraulic jaws to pull apart the twisted metal to get access to the cars. The 7th body was found in twisted, shattered cars along a stretch of track in Philadelphia, the fire official said. Mayor Michael Nutter, speaking to reporters, said it would take some time to get a full accounting of who was on the train, as officials go through the tedious process of trying to match the Amtrak passenger manifest with people taken to hospitals. I, for one, hope Arnold Schwarzenegger was aboard.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
No. No, we're not going there, Louis. Sorry, that's just too effing bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You bet.
No.
Oh yeah, no cussing. Yeah.
Double fucking news flash. I do not give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we've got that cleared up,
Yes.
Nutter noted that even the manifest is not definitive because some people may have been failed to board the train even though they had a ticket. Among the dead was Jim Gaines, a 48-year-old Associated Press video software architect, the news agency said. Gaines had attended meetings in Washington and was returning home to Plainsboro, New Jersey. His death was confirmed by his wife, Jacqueline. On Twitter, the U.S. Naval Academy said that one of its midshipmen, not identified, was also among those who died in the crash. Rachel Jacobs, the CEO of an online education consulting firm, Apronet, has been missing since Tuesday night. Carl Okamoto, a Drexel law professor who founded the company, said Jacobs left a meeting with the intent to board the train. As of this point, no one has heard from her. Okamoto said in an email, he said Jacobs uses a 10-trip ticket, which means there's no record of her being on the train until the conductor scans her ticket on board. He said Jacobs lives in Manhattan with her husband and 2-year-old son, and we are all very frustrated by the lack of information, he said. Well, have no fear. Just tune in here. You'll get it all. Yeah. Well, in a tweet, the company said, "Thank you for your thoughts and prayers for our CEO, Rachel Jacobs. We are looking for Rachel and hope she will be with her family soon and not a red mist." Herbert Cushing, chief medical officer at Temple University Hospital, said the 6th victim whose name was being withheld, President Obama, died of massive chest injuries. At least 8 others are still in critical condition at this time. Well, the Amtrak has set up a hotline, of course, 1-800-523-9101 for family and friends of passengers. This is the Amtrak family. We are very saddened by what has occurred, and Anthony Kosika of Amtrak said today. Cushing, maybe many of the injured came into the 3 Philadelphia area hospitals on their own, but many did not have serious injuries, he said. About 25 people out of 54 admitted at Temple were still being treated. The National Transportation Safety Board arrived in full force on Wednesday with teams including experts in rail, signaling, and human performance to try and find out what happened. See, I told you Schwarzenegger was in the wreck. Now we're here to judge the human performance.
Yes.
We give Conan a 2.1. Yeah. How about that Arnold Strong? Yeah. Oh, well, that's sad news indeed.
Yes.
I mean, you don't want to joke about stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, it's just not effing funny.
It's not fucking funny.
No. Well,
We hugged in the elevator.
Right.
And I still have an erection.
yes. Gilbert, you're just something amazing, you know?
Now, I remember sitting next to you on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I was flying out to L.A. to audition for some movie that I didn't get.
Right.
Which was fine. Because I remember I was reading the script,
Right.
and you said to me, "Oh, what are you reading?" And I said, "Oh, it's some John Travolta comedy." Called The Expert.
Right.
And it's about 2 young hip Americans who get kidnapped by Russian spies to teach them how to act like young hip Americans. And you, being a fortune teller, said, "Oh, that sounds like a piece of shit."
Well, come on. I mean, hey, wasn't I right? Yeah. Of course I was.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you want? I mean, you know, as soon as you said Travolta, I was, you know. That's true. Well, hey, we're going to go for our first commercial break, but never fear. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about, I guess the funny side of the derailment, which is, of course, the government's reaction. Yes. So don't go anywhere, gang. We'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to HCLA Radio 1, New York.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's right, New Yorkers, and, well, everybody else for that matter. Yes. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. in the big city today. Yeah, 84 degrees in the big city today, and that's nothing to sneeze at. That's good. 84. Yes. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be to you. Of course, to us here today, it's 3 p.m. Eastern, which means it is time for HTLA's Coffee and Cigarettes, the Thursday Double-Double, or as we've now come to know it, Friday Eve. Yes. Yes. And what do we got on to today's show for you, you might ask? Well, hey, as always, we've got all the great goodness you've come to know and love here at HTLA Radio 1, of course, New York's best talk. We're not going to let you down today. Yeah. Today, we've got up to 18 labs in the U.S. who got live anthrax shipments in the mail. Yes. We also got a story about a hero canine who saves a deputy from an ambush attack. Yeah. Also today, a woman survives death row, but apparently, well, still kills herself. Yeah, there you go. And, of course, Obama news. Where would we be without it? Obama praises fired Chicago Bulls coach Thibodeau. And we've even got a story about a father who marries his son after they dissolve the adoption. Yeah, that's it. We're done as a species. Wow. Yeah. Well, hey, we got so much more in today's show, so hey, come on in, grab that cup, have a seat, light one up. Ladies and gentlemen, it is coffee time. Yes, it is. It is a coffee time, of course. 3:01 p.m. in New York City right now. Still 84 in Central Park. Sunny skies for this Thursday, the 28th of May, 2015. You're here with the Crash Man on Coffee and Cigarettes, the Thursday Double-Double. Yes. And, of course, as always, you're here with the one and only Jenny McCartney. She's in that booth again today, pushing the buttons, making the show go as always. And, well, yeah, okay, I gotta be honest. She is wearing a shirt today. What are you gonna do? It's casual Thursdays around here. We gotta... Just gotta wear a shirt. Well, hey, have no fear, because, of course, as always, we have our 3 guests/co-hosts that really make the show something. As opposed to if it was just me, it would be nothing. Yes, that's it. Yeah, so coming to us live from Mill Bay Studios in beautiful Mill Bay, British Columbia, Canada, is the one, the only former Hollywood director and television producer, Louis Lawless of LDL Films. Louis, are you there, sir, today?
Didn't you read the goddamn script? I sent it to you.
Yes, did I say that wrong? I don't...
We were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award.
Right.
And we didn't.
No, which is why we're getting you here now. We got that.
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
Well, we'll let you go this time, just this once. We've got that button. I keep telling you, like every day. I think I tell you we've got the button. Don't worry about it. Just be you.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
All right. Well, moving on today, of course, coming to us just about 8 blocks down the street here from Studio 2 in downtown Manhattan. From his lovely, spacious, sprawling apartment building is the one, the only, Mr. Gilbert Godfrey.
What the fuck? I'm ready.
Good. Well, see, now that's what I like to hear.
Yes.
Yeah? It's not like Morgan Freeman and go F yourself. Yeah. Yes, and no, Morgan isn't with us today. No, we decided that would be probably a mistake.
Yes.
So we've got back down in well, actually, it's not in the studio or in anything. He's actually in his house. Yes, because it was kind of short notice again. We've still got to get that third replacement guest host.
Yes.
But, rest assured, hey, we're working on it, So just hold your shirt on or something. Well, coming to us from his home in beautiful Malibu, California, is the one, the only George Takei.
I think it's a treat to be here talking with you.
You say that every time. Well, there you go. George, give the folks a little bit about yourself.
I'm George Takei, and when I'm walking down the street, people shout out, Hey, Sulu.
Yeah.
So I'm known more as Sulu than as George Takei.
Right.
Which is what I really am.
Well, you think so.
Yes.
Now, George, in addition to, your fame as lieutenant and now captain and I think now Admiral Sulu, I think. Even
yes.
Now, yeah. In addition to all the Star Trek fame and the Facebook fame and all that good stuff, you've also, of course, been, pretty politically active as well. And you use those social media tools to get your word out. So just take a moment here and talk about your activism a little bit.
Well, actually, what shaped my life is what happened to all Japanese Americans during the Second World War. Pearl Harbor was bombed, and overnight, American citizens of Japanese ancestry were looked at with suspicion and fear and outright hatred simply because we happened to look like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor.
Right.
And we were put in barbed wire American prison camps. Mm-hmm. They called them internment camps, but they were really, for all rights and purposes, concentration camps. There were sentry towers with the machine guns pointed at us.
Okay.
And when I made the night runs from the barracks to the latrine, searchlights followed us. But for me, as a 5-year-old at that time, I thought it was kind of nice that the searchlights lit the way for me to pee. So I adjusted. Children are amazingly adaptable, and that became the normality in my life. Lining up 3 times a day to eat in a noisy mess hall, complain about the lousy food, became routine.
Okay.
And when the war ended, we came back to Los Angeles. Many people did not because they were so embittered by the experience on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And as I grew up, as a teenager, I started reading civics books and history books, and I saw nothing in that about my childhood experience. But I read the glorious chapters about our democracy. And so I engaged my father in long discussions after dinner, trying to reconcile, our imprisonment during the war and all the ideals that I've been reading about.
Yeah.
And my father said to me, our democracy is a people's democracy. Mm-hmm. It can be as great as a people can be, but it's also as fallible as people are. And our democracy is vitally dependent on good people being actively engaged in the process.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, he took me to the Adlai Stevenson for President headquarters, and he volunteered me. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got introduced to political activism. It was a lot of fun, but by that time I was starting to understand something about our democracy.
Yeah. Yeah. George, do you think next time, I don't know, you could get things done, in less of the amount of time it takes me to have an entire pot of coffee? Can you do that maybe for me?
Yes.
Well, okay, and there's billions of Star Trek followers out there, so I guess tell us a little bit about working with the that asshole Shatner.
He enjoys being the center of everything.
Yes.
And when he's on the set, he dominates. You may have heard about some of the difficulties that cast members had. We might be preparing a scene where it'd be a close-up on you, and then it would shift to Bill. And then you'd see Bill in a whispered conversation with the director, and the setup was changed, and it was on Bill, and you were the offstage voice. And so things like that, sometimes has a way of rubbing you in one direction. But But, Captain Kirk is a Bill Shatner creation. It's his metabolism. I mean, he vibrates Captain Kirk. And so it's, Bill's unique talent, energy, and persona that made Captain Kirk the kind of character that he was. So, it was fun to watch him act. Some of those scenes that he did were just inspired. Wonderful acting. And, in television, you don't get to rehearse that much. So to see an actor be able to produce, and then you have a second take, and there it is again, and it's a little different, and it's a little bit better, It's he was fascinating to watch. Sometimes difficult to work with.
Yes.
George, I'm just not going to ask George anything again. I'm not going to. I mean, the only thing that we want to know is did you bang Captain Kirk? That's what we want to know.
Do you think I'm sexually aroused by Mr. Shatner?
Oh yeah,
yes.
Come on, yeah. That's a for sure thing right there.
They get crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Yeah.
You are a douchebag.
I know. Oh, come on. Just give us the goods, damn it.
I did not sleep with him.
I don't believe you. I do not believe you. Well, hey, that's great, and thank you, and we're just you just stay on the line there.
Yes.
We'll just
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut, always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together.
Yeah.
That's a American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yeah, England again.
Yeah.
It was England. Yeah. Well, actually, what many people don't know is that George Takei, or Sulu, or whatever the hell you want to call him,
Yes.
he actually is quite the Shakespeare buff, and I would ask him about that, but yeah. We only get an hour for the show, so yeah. We're already, 10 minutes into it. We've got no closer to the show than... But that's okay. That's okay, because, I do have the purview here to extend the show length.
Yes.
And I will, or I might turn it off in 1 minute. Yes.
I think it should be short and sweet.
What, Louis?
I think it should be short and sweet.
The show, you mean? Oh.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, moving on, of course, on the show today, the thing that I should have actually mentioned a scant 8.5, maybe 9 minutes ago. Was, of course, that this show is, of course, brought to you by the fine folks at Tim Hortons in New York City.
Yes.
Yes. Now, with 8 fine locations in that city to serve your coffee and baked goods needs, Tim Hortons definitely always fresh. And also to mention that we are a PreSonus broadcast studio with our PreSonus 2442 digital broadcast mixer being currently button pressed by Miss Jenny.
Yeah.
No, you can calm down, Gilbert. I guess you didn't hear before we started up there. Jenny's actually wearing a shirt today. Yeah. Yes, that's right. We had the emails.
Yes.
You can't make the girl work topless.
Yes.
You can't. I can do anything. There's transgender fluidity and all that stuff. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yes.
That's right. Well, moving on today, of course, we'll actually get to the bloody show here, but we're not doing right. Okay, I'm caught up now. I'm caught up. We're not doing the Problem Child 2 thing anymore, right?
Yes.
Or Problem Child 3 or 4 or 1 or any of that. Yeah. All right, well, no Problem Child, no stupid goat stories for Morgan Freeman.
We hugged in the elevator.
Yeah.
And I still have an erection.
Yes. No, that was actually with you, George. Yeah. All right, well, that's it. I can't take it anymore. I have to move on now.
Yes.
I just we have to get to the damn stories, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, up to 18 labs in the U.S. today got live anthrax shipments. Yes, they did. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention officials said today that as many as 18 labs around the country received live anthrax samples. And military officials say that 22 Air Force personnel who may have been exposed in South Korea are being medically treated as a precaution. The incident is the latest in the string of high-profile mistakes involving federal labs. Who can forget our favorite Alabama monkey lab debacle? Yes. Yes, well, the Atlanta-based CDC said the labs in 9 states received Bacillus anthracis specimens from the Army's Dugway Proving Ground in Utah. Shipments went to California, Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, and Wisconsin. Exact lab locations had not been identified, but they are mostly private and some are operated by government and public institutions, says Jason McDonald, a spokesman for the CDC. Richard Ebright, a biosafety expert at Rutgers University in New Jersey, called the mistake gross negligence. There's absolutely no excuse, not for the shipping institution, not for the receiving institutions that failed to conform inactivation upon receipt, Albright said. Both should lose irrevocably authorization for work with active or inactivative selective agents. Pentagon officials said that there's no suspected or confirmed cases of anthrax infection in potentially exposed lab workers, and there is no risk to the general public. We've already shot those lab workers in the head and taken care of the bodies. Well, one of the samples also was shipped to Osean Air Base in South Korea. The U.S. Air Force released a statement that 22 personnel may have been exposed on the base. All personnel were provided appropriate medical precautionary measures to include examinations, antibiotics, and in some cases, lethal vaccinations. Yes. The Air Force released in a statement, none of the personnel have shown any signs of possible exposure as they're dead. Well, the anthrax spores can spread through the air and cause deadly infections if not treated. Army Colonel Steve Warren said all 22 personnel in Osan are under treatment. Yeah. I wonder if that's like Monsanto treatment. Yes. Yes. They're all taken care of. Everything's fine.
Yes.
Warren said a civilian lab in Maryland informed authorities about live anthrax being inadvertently shipped. Notifications of the exposure occurred on May 22nd, he said. Air Force officials said that the sample was expected to be inert and used in a training lab when it was discovered that it was contained and destroyed by hazardous materials teams. The lab facility in Osan was cordoned off and decontaminated. Well, you know, when the government says decontaminated in a situation like that, they mean exterminating all personnel. That's right. So, if any of you have loved ones working or living in that Air Force base, I guess you won't be getting the old Christmas card this year. Well, the Pentagon intended the samples to be used in an effort to develop a field-based test to identify biological threats in the environment. I guess one of those major threats could be anthrax being released into the environment. Yes. Well, the shipping mistake is the latest example of a lab sending to other labs specimens that were live, yet were thought to have been killed. Last summer, dozens of workers at CDC Atlanta were potentially exposed to live anthrax after specimens were not properly inactivated before being transferred from a higher containment lab to a lower-level lab that isn't supposed to work with such dangerous pathogens in its live form. Then in December, it happened again. A worker in one of CDC's biosafety Level 4 labs in Atlanta. You remember those Level 4 labs in Atlanta, of course, from the movie Outbreak. Yeah. Yeah, not supposed to be hiring no dumb folk there.
Yes.
And then, of course, it happened again in December at the Level 4 lab in the CDC's Atlanta Center, where scientists wear spacesuit-like full-body protective gear that filters the air they breathe. Well, they accidentally confused some specimens and sent an unkilled sample from an Ebola experiment to a low-level lab at the agency with minimal protection. Yeah. Well, yeah. See, George isn't laughing anymore.
Yes.
See? Okay, there he is. I thought he was dead from exposure already. Oh, well, nobody was infected in either incident, so it's all okay. It's all... Nobody cares. It's fine.
Yes.
Yes. Well, moving on today, we got a story about a hero canine. Yes, that's special code for dog. Yes, those special codes. Yes, saves a deputy from an ambush attack. This occurred. What am I reading? I don't know. I think we've got an outbreak going on here.
Yes.
Well, a hero canine named Lucas, who helped rescue a Mississippi deputy from an ambush attack by 3 men, is recovering and expected to be fine, Hancock County Sheriff's Department said today. While canine Lucas suffered a torn ligament, some broken teeth, and road rash, we're happy to report that though he's still recovering, he's expected to be fine. The deputy, Todd Fraser, was beaten and cut with a box cutter in Pearlington, Mississippi on May 18th, Sheriff Ricky Adams said. If it wasn't for his canine partner, a black Belgian Malinois named Lucas, they might have killed him. They told him they were going to slit his throat and they were going to drag him towards the woods, Chief Deputy Don Bass said, adding that authorities think the attackers meant to kill him and dump his body. The incident began when Fraser got out of his vehicle around 10 p.m. to check on a blue Lincoln Town car with a darker vinyl top parked in a rest stop. The driver sat inside alone with no lights on. When he got out of the car, 2 other people came out of the woods, Adams said. It's not clear yet if the attack was related to recent threats by gangs to attack police. Oh, yeah, blame the bikers. Yeah, there you go. Well, Fraser suffered a 2.5-inch cut to his forehead and multiple bodily injuries. The doctor told the deputy it looked like the cut was made by a box cutter. 3 of them were dragging him towards a wooded area, and he was able to break one hand free and activate the button that opens the squad car door, and it released Lucas, Bass said. The dog bit at least one of the suspects, potentially saving the officer's life. We don't know how many he got. We just know that he had blood all over him, Adams said. The pop mechanism for the door is only installed in 2 of the county's 4 canine units and was only recently installed, Bass said. He added Fraser's experience was a very near miss. The suspects fled in the Lincoln, which police describe as possibly a 2000 model. At least one of the suspects will have serious dog bites, and the suspects may have crossed into Louisiana. Fraser was taken to Hancock Medical Center, where he was treated and released Tuesday morning. Bass said the near miss was a wake-up call for the department. It hits us hard. It brings you to your knees. We're not a large agency, and all these guys have families. The main thing for everybody is to go home safe. We want you to go home at night, but it could happen to any one of them. The threat is always there, and the possibility is real. It's not an ideal time to be a law enforcement officer, Adams said. Yeah. Yes, he says that we're under pressure every day. They can work 25 years in this business and do everything by the book and make one mistake, and they're under the microscope. Screw you, black people. By the way, the 3 suspects at large in the 2000 Lincoln, one with a chewed-up arm, are all black. Yes. There you go. Well, listen, we're going to go for that first commercial break, yes. But hey, don't touch that dial or computer mouse or whatever the hell it is you're listening to us on, because we'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions? abundant with rich, fertile soil. What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh. Always great tasting coffee.
Man, I've been to a lot of places over these past 50 years. Seen the whole true north strong and free. 'Cause I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Cooksville, Stouffville, Bainesville, Bowmanville, Bonneville, Unionville, Oakville, Dunville, Brockville, Boucherville, Melville, Drummondville, Kentville, Grenville, Morinville, Maryville, Parksville, Stephenville, Sackville, Spring Hill, Westville, Walkerville, hanging on a windowsill. Hey! He said, wow, that's a lot of places. I said, hang on, there's more. I've been to Moncton, Picton, Shannon, Vernon, Stellarton, Hamilton, Nipigon, Nobleton, Yorkton, Brighton, Bolton, Beaverton, Brandon, Edmonton, Walkerton, Wyerton, Granby, Miramichi, Charlottetown, Burnaby, Yellowknife, Whitehorse, Corner Brook, Nunavut. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I crossed the prairies bare, man. I breathed the mountain air. I've traveled, I've done my share, man. I've been everywhere, man. Check it out. Ottawa, Wawa, Mattawa, Chippewa, Moose Jaw, Oshawa.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
We hugged in the elevator, and I still have an erection.
Oh, man.
Now, I remember
Yeah.
sitting next to you on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I was flying out to L.A. to
Yes.
audition for some movie that I didn't get.
Yes.
Which was fine. Because I remember I was reading the script, and you said to me, you said, "Oh, what are you reading?" And I said, "Oh, it's some John Travolta comedy." Called The Expert.
Yes.
And it's about two young hip Americans
Yeah.
who get kidnapped by Russian spies to teach them how to act like young hip Americans. And you, being a fortune teller, said, "Oh, that sounds like a piece of shit."
Well, yeah, you know it was, and I'm glad you didn't get that part.
Yes.
I just you just don't want to go there. Well, hey, welcome back to the big show, HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk, of course. Coffee and cigarettes for your Thursday double-double, or, as it is unofficially known, Friday Eve.
Yes.
Yes. We got to do some shout-outs and some special welcomes and hellos, and well, I guess in this case, a howdy, ma'am, to Sharon Chesley, all the way from Joshua, Texas. Nice to see you, Sharon. Good, glad you could make it, and, well, take your shirt off. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Well, I'm sure Sharon wasn't either. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
They get f***ing crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Sex is only the tip of the iceberg.
It is, but, you know, as I've said before, it's a tip that I would like to explore more and more. There you go.
Which woman are you married to or living with now? The same one? The mother of the daughter, or was it a boy?
Yeah, Louis, I know you keep getting confused, but I keep telling you I'm Bruce Jenner trans fluid something. You know, I went and got the operation,
Yes.
and got myself a nice set of titties, like Pamela would be proud.
Yes.
And I got my boobies, and I got my vagina installed. Yes. I'd like to take a special moment to thank Snap-on Tools for helping me out with some of the specialized equipment I needed to get my vagina installed properly.
Yes.
And, yeah, I'd just like to thank the Academy, of course.
We were 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award.
I know.
And we didn't.
Well, you know, you've said this, Louis, numerous times. We know you're embittered by the experience, but nobody cares. We just... we don't really... We don't...
Maybe it's that love-hate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Well, we do get a lot of email and mail around here at HTLA Studio 2 about some of the things we say on these shows, and that, you know, we're supposed to be anti-black and, you know, and, well, maybe, you know, the last story with those 3 black men trying to kill that cop, you know. You know, but here's the thing, you know, we didn't pay them to go do it. We didn't. No, you know, they did that all on their own.
Yes.
Yeah, that was what they do. But as we always get email and mail, of course, about
Yes.
our being apparently racial.
Yes.
We're a bunch of KKK racists around here. That's right. A lot of folks call me Crash. You can call me Grand Dragon Jesus. Yeah. Where's my bottle of Jack? Well, no. So what we did is of course, as you all know, of course, we have the Coffee and Cigarettes Traffic Copter Report.
Yes.
That is widely listened to and loved.
Yes.
And normally, of course, on that Traffic Copter Report, we have Chad, and he does that for us.
Yes.
But since Memorial Day, Chad's been on vacation, so we thought, hey, this might be a good opportunity for us to get back at all those people that say we are anti-black by hiring a black guy. Right? So that's what we did. We went and his name is Brock Favors, and he is up in HTLA Chopper 1 right now, and he's got the traffic report for us. Let's go to him live. Brock, take it away.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Brock Favors with Traffic on the Ones. Chad Armstrong is out sick today, so I am filling in for my usual land reports, and I'm up here in the chopper, but I gotta tell you guys, I am loving the view. Oh, my God! Oh, no, stop! Oh! Woo!
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are over the 10, and it's massively clogged down there like a pint of maple syrup on a cool November morning. And we do, oh, yeah, we gonna die in this mother. Oh, my God! Woo! Okay, I am very sorry, folks. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride up here. We are now approaching the 405, where the left lane is blocked by a mattress. So somebody is going to be doing a little return to IKEA later today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, please! Oh, goddamn! Oh, get me out this motherfucking death machine right now! Oh, no, black people ain't meant to be in the sky! We ain't meant to be in the sky, man! Oh, mama, help me, mother... But a 405 is up right now. Ain't nobody going down this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, folks. I'm very sorry, but I'm losing my up here.
Actually, you have every right to. We're about to crash.
Oh, get me!
Ah, yes. Well, of course, there you have it. You heard Brock himself say, black people don't belong in the sky.
Yes.
So I guess, I don't know how that works out with the NAACP, but... Or, well, indeed, maybe we should get Jesse Jackson and Reverend,
yes.
What's his face up there. Well, anyway, our sincerest and deepest condolences to Brock Favors' family. And, of course, we thank you for that report.
Yes.
Well, moving on today, we got even more sad news.
Yes.
Yes, it can't just be good. It's got to be sad, and well, what are you going to do? You've got to report it. It's your damn job. So I got to do it here today in Indianapolis. A woman who survives death row has, well, indeed, apparently killed herself. Yes. Yes, in Indianapolis, a woman who at the age of 16 was the youngest death row inmate in Indiana was found dead, apparently by her own hand, 2 years after she was released from prison. Yes, good old Miss Paula Cooper had pled guilty to murder in 1986, but a successful appeal led to her June 2013 release after 27 years in prison. Cooper, 45, died just after 7:15 a.m. Eastern Tuesday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Well, according to the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, her death is still under investigation, and the Marin County Coroner's Office conducted an autopsy Wednesday, but doesn't want to say anything until they get toxicology back. Yes, it's an unusual ending to a tragic case, says the Indianapolis lawyer Jack Crawford, who was the Lake County prosecutor when Cooper was charged. I've been involved in a lot of cases in my life, and nothing quite compared to this case, he says. Cooper became infamous in 1985 when at age 15 she was charged with murder in the stabbing death of 78-year-old Ruth Pelkey during a robbery. Law enforcement identified Cooper as the ringleader in the slaying. Well, that's all I need to know right there. We can stop the story, and I can wish her well, and too bad it didn't happen 27 years ago. Yeah. In fact, I'll go one further. Had I known about this particular crime all those years ago, I would have gone and done something about it. Yeah. Really? I mean, who kills a 78-year-old woman?
Yes.
And for a ringleader, what? So there was a conspiracy.
Yes.
Really? So you've got others involved in killing the 78-year-old woman,
yes.
And you why do we give him an appeal? I don't know whether...
They get crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Right.
Yes.
Well, yeah. That's true. Before we move on, we do have Obama news today, and of course,
yes.
we all love the Obama news. Yeah. We do love, indeed, the Obama news. But before we get to that, we do actually have, of course, another magical, mystical email.
Yes.
For, of course, George Takei.
Yes.
More curious people wanting to know curious things about the curious gay man. Yes. we should do up like some special music and do a special mystery gay man segment.
Yes.
That's what Anyway, George, the question, of course, is from Apocalypse, who, oddly enough, is, again, in the HTLA chat room there at Spreaker.com.
Yes.
Yeah. And Apocalypse wants to know, he was the one, actually, who asked George, I think it was a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, how often he masturbated.
Yes.
Or had sex with Brad?
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Well, he's got another question today, and, of course, the question is, after sex, do you usually go and use pledge on your coffee tables? Do you use the pledge?
Every morning.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Well, there you go, Apocalypse. He uses the pledge. Yes. It's got that lemony fresh scent we all enjoy. Yes. All right. Well, moving on today, of course, the big Obama news. Yes, President Obama praises the Chicago Bulls' former coach, Thibodeau. Yes, Obama actually devoted a Twitter Q&A session today to climate change, but also took time out to answer a question of personal interest, the firing of Chicago Bulls basketball coach Tom Thibodeau. Yes, love Thibs. Think he did a great job, Obama says. Sorry to see him go, but expect he'll be snatched up soon by another team. Yeah, sure. Well, of course, Obama, who is a huge Bulls fan, has consistently sung the praises of Thibodeau, who complied a 255-139 loss record and made the playoffs in each of his 5 seasons. He also never made the NBA finals and clashed with Bulls management, leading to the ousting. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Yes. Well, the president also took another basketball question in his Twitter talk, but did also make a prediction of the upcoming NBA title series between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. He did appear to dispute the questioner's question that the Cavaliers' J.R. Smith might be able to match Warriors star shooter Stephen Curry. He responded by saying, J.R. Smith having a great season, but the heart of the Cavs is LeBron James, Obama responded. And no one can outshoot Curry, maybe Kyle Korver of Atlanta if wide open. And speaking of wide open, let's talk about the people of the United States of America. Yes. Yes, he's just bent you for 7 years.
Yes.
And he's keeping you open for the next one. We just love the Obama news.
Yes.
It's I don't know, it's something that makes us feel, I don't know, is patriotic the right word?
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day. We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Sure. Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you know.
Power tends to corrupt.
Right.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
I think you said that a minute ago, just backwards. Yeah.
You are a douchebag.
I know.
Yes.
I know. It's okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with my douchebag because this next story, gang, is the ultimate in wrong. Oh yeah, not even kidding. Of course, well, here, I'll just give you the headline. You can figure the rest out.
Yes.
Father marries son. Yes, you did hear me say that correctly. Father marries son after they dissolve, to completely make it legal, after they dissolve the adoption. There we go.
He needs love, Chris. Come on.
Well, I know.
You got to dispense more love from yourself. All these people are hurting here.
Well, if there's people I want hurting, it's these two. Yeah. Yes, well, Norman MacArthur and Bill Novak spent the past 15 years as father and son in the eyes of the law. Well, they'll spend... I can't even believe I'm doing this story. What are we... It's actually giving me something in my throat. I don't know. Thank you, Tim Hortons. Yes. Tim Hortons, not quite as fresh as that father. Yes. Okay, I think I can do this.
Yes.
All right, yes. As they were father and son for 15 years in the eyes of the law, they'll spend the rest of their lives as a married couple. Oh, well, the couple, together more than 50 years, married in Pennsylvania on Sunday. It's always Pennsylvania. Oh, my God. Yes, prior to the ceremony, the men told Patch.com they were ecstatic beyond belief. Novak adopted MacArthur in 2000 after the pair moved from New York to Pennsylvania. Good riddance. They went to Pennsylvania and realized their legal partnership wouldn't be recognized. Well, that's not true. You can be a father and son pretty much anywhere. You know, that's the part that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be recognized. The only legal avenue we had in order to be afforded any rights was adoption. Oh, George.
Yeah.
You and Brad are married, you know.
You are a douchebag.
Yeah, well, just go get adopted, buddy. Jesus. Yes, well, the creative strategy is certainly entirely understandable, the lawyer says. It reflects people's deep need to protect each other as family. Okay, so I've completely misunderstood this entire story. They were never father and son. Okay, all right. All right, I'm not really used to gay homosexual subterfuge. Yes. All you little bitches are so devious. Still leaves a lump in my throat, though. Well, when a court agreed to dissolve their adoption this month so the men could get married, the courtroom burst into applause. course, what they don't realize is now every man who wants to, well, you know, his son, well, they're all going to get hitched now.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the courtroom burst into applause. I burst into tears, MacArthur tells the Associated Press. They were certainly happy tears after months of investigating ways that we could do this and finally have the decision coming down in our favor. I'm still walking 3 feet above the ground. Yeah, you're a freak like Chris Angel. Yeah.
They get f***ing crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
I know.
Yes.
I know. Yes, I'm still walking 3 feet above the ground. The first case of an adoption-turned-marriage in the state removes the hurdle for other sickos who may want to marry their sons or daughters.
Yes.
Yes. Way to go, you homo freaks. Well, one lawyer is already representing another couple, hoping to vacate an adoption in order to tie the knot.
You are a douchebag.
No, I'm not. You're an asshole. It's fine. George knows I mean that in the lightest feeling.
Yes.
I would never in a million years, say anything against him or Brad or any of the sick shit they do in bed. Well, listen, we're going to go for another 2-minute commercial break, but don't touch that mouse. Something. We're going to come back and tell you a little story about a bartender who kills a patron with 56 shots. So, you want a drink, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Have a cup of Monsanto. Well, that's right, gang. Hang on to your butts. We'll be back in 2.
You've got it locked to New York's best talk, HTLA Radio 1.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
It could be 7 in the morning.
Or 10 at night.
In Chilliwack, BC.
Or St. Peters, Nova Scotia.
It could be Michelle.
Or Mark.
Or Jen.
But whenever.
Wherever you order that cup of Tim Hortons Premium Blend Coffee.
You know that it's always fresh.
From Newfoundland and Labrador to Vancouver Island, Tim Hortons, a coffee all our own.
When we arrived at our hotel in New York, the porter was so incredibly careless with our bags. And the room they gave us, it was beautiful. A broom closet. But the worst part was the shower. My wife drying herself with the Egyptian cotton towels. Shower curtain defined that whole vacation for her. Don't just visit New York. Visit TripAdvisor New York.
With millions of reviews, a visit to TripAdvisor makes any destination better.
Some said the U.S. has lost its innovative power. We said America is lighting the way as the innovation nation. Singular insights, superior execution. That's the power of global connections. Bank of America Merrill Lynch. Voted top global research firm 2011, 12, and 13.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me
There's only one place to get more Taylor.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
The boys around me were saying things like, Sally is cute, or Monica is hot. And I thought Sally and Monica were nice, but who really got me excited was Bobby.
What particularly was exciting was he had blonde forearm hair.
Oh, yeah?
And he was tan. That's when what caught my eye when I first saw it.
Yeah.
He had his T-shirt on, but you can see that he had a great picture T-shirt. And then to see it off, and so gorgeous thought.
Oh my God. Oh, that's right. Welcome back to Coffee and Cigarettes, your Thursday double-double. That's right. I'm Grant.
Yes.
I'm Grant, your muscular host. Oh, yes. I think we should watch some Turkish oil wrestling videos. Oh, yeah. To hell with that crap.
Yes.
Yeah. I've got meat between my legs. Yeah. Oh, wait. I know. That's half the problem. Yeah. Yeah, and old George is over there. Ooh, the Admiral would like some of that. Yes. Warp speed, yes. Oh, my. Oh, you know.
And now I have to bring up.
Oh, please.
That piece of trivia that everyone feels like they're telling people that they don't know.
Okay. All right.
Now, see, here's something really odd, because, I mean, and it's like now, I don't know that people would know what liquid paper is.
I'm not really even sure you know what your name is. No. I don't think so.
My film, Unrepented, did very well in Europe.
We know. We don't care. Louis, I got to tell you something, man. You know, you've had a long career in Hollywood doing film and television. Yes, you've done the Riptide and the A-Team,
yes,
and countless Stephen J. Cannell work.
Yes.
You've done all kinds of films. You were nominated for an Academy Award way back in like 1971 for your documentary Manson.
Yes.
I mean, we know all this crap, but you know what? It was like 50 years ago. We don't.
about fucking time. Move on. Move on.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, moving on, of course, today. I did tell you before the break, we're going to tell you about that bartender who likes to kill people.
Yes.
Yeah. And he can do it, too. Oh, yes, he can. Yes, a bartender in France has been handed a 4-month suspended sentence for manslaughter. Wow, I'm going to move to France. Yeah. Well, after a patron fatally threw back 56 shots to break his bar's record, this comes to us from the Associated Press. Renaud Prudhomme, 56, and weighing 260 pounds, per the local, was helped home from Starter Bar in Clermont-Ferrand last October after the drinking competition. Emergency services, of course, were called for Prudhomme shortly after. Yeah, he was taken to hospital, where he died the next day of a bronchial inhalation alcoholic coma. Say that 5 times fast. Wow, I don't even... Geez, I could work in a lab with all my terminology.
Yes.
I think I'm more competent than those level 4 idiots at the CDC. Well, bartender Gilles Crepin, yes, 47, admitted he shouldn't have posted the shots record, which perhaps pushed Prudhomme too far. The judge sentenced Crepin yesterday and banned him from working in the bar for a year. So this time next year will be the second annual Let's See If I Can Kill Ya bartending competition.
Yes.
Well, Crepin's lawyer, Renaud Portier, says the appeal says he will appeal.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. It's the damn French people, I'm telling you. They say everything backwards.
Yes.
Yes. Well, he says he will appeal, calling a decision guided by emotion and the unconscious desire to set an example. Really? That's a sentence that's setting an example over there? Well, yes, normally we give our murderers 6 months with Xbox. Yes. Or should I say 6 months due Xbox?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it's just an emotional decision. Portier argued the blunt of the flame was on the victim's daughter, who encouraged her dad to beat the record. Can you say conspiracy? Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, unbeknownst to Crepin, we can't ask every customer who buys alcohol to present their medical certificates. Hey, that's a good idea. Yes, well, Portier says, the lawyer for Prudhomme's daughter says his client wasn't at the bar at the time of the competition and is relieved by the decision. He adds, we want to remind some professionals that it is illegal to serve alcohol to clients that are in an advanced state of inebriation. Well, I would submit to the court, Your Honor.
Yes.
And if you're lining them up and you're down in 56 shots, at the end of the downing, which would be about, I don't know, you probably get through that in a minute and a half, minute 3/4.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere around there. You're not drunk yet. Oh, no. I bet you he made it probably just about all the way home and maybe through the door before he felt like, I want to die. Well, really, it's a good thing that he did die.
Yes.
It is, and I'm not saying that to be callous, but Jesus, can you imagine the hangover? Oh. And that right there is further proof that there is heaven and hell, because, of course, heaven, claimed him, and he's dead.
Yes.
Hell would have been the next morning. Yes. It certainly would have. Yes. Well, moving on. Unfortunately, I know we don't. We went through that week and a half there with the whole Hillary debacle and that stuff where she was going to run and then she wasn't going to run and then she was going to run and then not sure if she's going to run and the email thing and the
yes.
I don't know. Right. So there was quite a few political stories around that period of time.
Yes.
But oddly, it's been kind of quiet. Of course, I haven't bothered you with all of the, this jackwagon that nobody knows. Oh, I'm in the running now. I haven't bothered our audience at Coffee and Cigarettes with all the useless no-minds that are announcing their candidacy.
Yes.
I haven't done that, but, thank me any time. But we do have one story today that is political. It's
yes.
It's about the straw poll, and so
Yes.
I guess that's a little more important to the grand ridiculousness of it, I guess. But at the very least, I'm bringing you this story today because it has no mention of the Scooby-Doo mystery machine in it. All right? So we'll go with that. Of course, the straw poll meeting offers clues on just who will participate. Yes, because we're not sure because, we don't know.
Yes.
Yes. Well, representatives for 7 presidential hopefuls showed up Thursday morning for an information-only meeting in the Iowa straw poll, a beleaguered event that state party officials want to keep alive, despite years of criticism about its stupidity. Yes, it offered some clues to which contenders intend to compete in the straw poll and who is more likely to skip it. Terms in attendance Thursday morning, Donald... Really? Yeah, Donald Trump.
Yes.
Of course, that huge, well-known Ben Carson. Who could forget the fat, ugly Chris Christie? Space astronaut Ted Cruz.
Yes.
Lindsay, I don't really do anything, but I'm a woman, so I'm in the race, Graham. Also another from that same party, Carly Fiorina. Yes, and the upcoming superstar, that man we all don't know and love, Rick Perry.
Yes.
Well, it's not clear if that list could represent participation that's substantial enough to keep the party fundraiser afloat financially or relevant in the eyes of the media who live in the past or have in the past covered it extensively. I guess they didn't show up because Hillary wasn't there. Oh, no, wait. That's just one newspaper guy in Iowa.
Yes.
Never mind. Oh, Republican Party of Iowa officials stressed this week that the attendance at the meeting would not significantly or would not signify that a contender was officially committing to compete in the straw poll, scheduled for August 8th at the Central Iowa Expo in Boone, to include Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Chris Christie, Ted Cruz. No, they just were there for coffee. They
Yes.
didn't. They're not. They're not actually going to stay and be in that straw poll.
Yeah.
No. Don't get the wrong idea there. Well, the most concrete commitment, unfortunately, is from the Dawn. Yes, the New York entrepreneur who told the Des Moines Register last week that he'll sign up if he decides to join the presidential race. Yeah, if I decide to. It's not really that important to me, but,
Use power. That's why power is corrupt, and it is. We see it every day.
Mhm.
We see it in every job. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you trumped me, Louis.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, if he decides to join it. Yeah, because the richest man on the planet, well, no, he's not, but he thinks he is, like he's going to spend any time in Des Moines. Oh, yes, Trump last week, that he'll sign up if he decides to join the race. Retired surgeon Ben Carson is in, apparently. That's official. Yes, so you can make sure to run out like your ass is on fire and vote for Carson. When asked in late April if he'll compete, Texas Senator Ted Cruz told the New York Times, yes, but Cruz's staff have since said they're still undecided. They don't know. You know, and really, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you want in that Oval Office running the globe. I don't know, maybe. Well, of course, I can't say anything too bad against Cruz because, you know, he wasn't one of the ones that pulled open a door that you pushed and slammed right into it, so... How bad could it be?
Yes.
Well, the straw poll is a political, thank you very much, theater that in recent presidential election cycles has drawn hundreds of reporters eager for easy access to the pack of GOP presidential contenders, even as pundits from some national media outlets belittled the event for giving false hope to long shots. Advocates have urged that its real purpose is really to help whittle the field, and the 2016 GOP field is particularly large. 15 completely unknown people competing in Iowa. Some presidential contenders have already firmly declared that they won't compete in this year's straw poll, including Jeb Bush, Graham, and Mike Huckabee. Do you notice in this story, because the story's over now, Scooby-Doo isn't mentioned anywhere. No, I think that woman and her stupid emails. I think maybe the country is caught on.
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. We don't want this chick. What the hell? Oh, well, look out, black people. We got some stuff going on here. Fossils of a new early human species found in Africa. Sources say it's closely genetically related to 50 Cent. No, I'll give you the actual story now. Researchers discovered fossils recently in eastern and central Africa that show formerly unknown human species living between 3.3 and 3.5 million years ago. I wonder if back then they had stupid straw polls. I don't know. It's probably more of a mastodon poll.
Yes.
I guess. Well, the latest has been unearthed recently in Afar, Ethiopia, according to a paper published on May 27th in the journal Nature. It's being called the Australopithecus diramedia, which means close relative of all later hominins in the Afar language. Lead researcher Johannes Selicer of the Cleveland Museum of Natural History told the BBC, this new species is very robust. In addition, we see this new species has smaller teeth. The ancestor appears to be one of our 4 different species of hominins living at the same time, according to the BBC. According to the paper in Nature, the new species gives further evidence that A.U. afarenus, formerly known as Lucy, lived among other early human ancestors. Thank you for that. Well, apparently the discovery raises more questions than it actually answers. Paleoanthropologist Brian Richmond at the American Museum of Natural History in New York told the Wall Street Journal, Richmond, who was not involved in the discovery, said, quote, the clear conclusion is that our early ancestors were more diverse than we appreciated. Diverse. Isn't that the word we use for our retarded children? Oh, the little boy's diverse.
Yes.
Yes, he's creative and special. Well, science. Yes, science is a funny thing, is it not?
Yes.
How the hell would you know? You don't... Oh, yes. Yes, we'll just call you Professor from now on.
Yes.
Yes, Gilbert the Professor Godfrey. There.
I'd like to have that as my slogan in life.
Well, I'm officially dubbing you now. Well, anyway, to the story.
Yes.
Science a bit shaky in earthquake movie San Andreas, of course. Yes. Well, San Andreas, the new disaster movie opening everywhere Friday, features gigantic earthquakes ripping California apart. But don't count on a lesson in accurate science. Why the hell would we? We're in a movie theater. What the hell are you... Really? Are there people out there that are like, oh, that's not scientifically accurate?
Yes.
No, they can't do that yet. Or, we don't have that technology. We don't. Yeah, okay, whiz kid. Go back to school somewhere. Well, don't consider this your seismology course, says the U.S. Geological Survey seismologist Lucy Jones, who previewed the movie this week in California. Filled with typical Hollywood over-the-top exaggeration, it was a lousy documentary, but a good movie, Jones says. Well, good, because you know what, Jones? The movie companies, they make something called entertainment. Really? I just don't get these people who are like, oh, that's factual, and oh, what's that? That's bullshit. We can't do that. Well, filled with typical Hollywood over-the-top exaggeration, it was a lousy documentary, but a good movie, Jones said. It was better than I thought it would be. It just hit me now that this is Dr. Jones saying this. Yeah. Wer the Nazis, Dr. Jones? No, wait, that's not scientifically factual.
Yes.
What did it get wrong, we asked. Well, plenty, she said. The movie features magnitude 9.6 and 9.1 earthquakes in California, which can happen along the San Andreas Fault. Yeah, and when they do, Dr. Jones... She says a magnitude 8.3 quake is the upper limit that can occur along the fault, she added. Worldwide, the strongest quake ever measured was a magnitude 9.5 quake that hit Chile back in 1960. But that could never hit California. Well, in addition, the movie features a giant quake-caused tsunami, which, of course, isn't possible on the San Andreas.
Yes.
No. No, because the San Andreas Fault is on land. An oceanic quake is needed to cause a tsunami. So there you go. You don't have to worry yourselves about a wave. No. Yes, because Dr. Jones said so. Well, the movie Tsunami, which crashed over the Golden Gate Bridge, also was way too big. You can't get a tsunami bigger than the ocean is deep, Jones said. Other quibbles, earthquakes can't be predicted and buildings don't explode in quakes, they collapse. Oh, yes, so now you're going to tell me that 9/11 was collapsed. Yeah. Still Jones, yes, Dr. Jones, said there were a couple of things movie makers got right. Well, isn't that good? Can we go to the Dr. Jones Awards, do you think? Can we... One earthquake can trigger another nearby, and the aftershocks in the movie were realistic. That's nice. I'm glad, Dr. Jones, that you have such a grasp on reality that the visual artiste and movie maker director doesn't have a clue about. Yeah. Well, the movie also detailed the correct actions people should take when a quake happens. Drop, cover, and hold on. Yes. Well, movies are ultimately about emotions, and Jones said the filmmakers really captured that. Actually, Dr. Jones, movies are about stories. Stories have a beginning,
yes,
a middle,
yes,
and an end, you stupid sow. But they're about emotions.
Yes.
Yes. No, they're not, Gilbert. Shut up. Yes, and the filmmakers really captured that. I'm really glad she gives kudos to the filmmakers for shit she knows nothing about. She says, especially the feelings of separated family members not knowing if your family is okay is hard, she said. How do you know? You don't have one. They left you. Well, Dr. Jones says she hopes the film will spur families to develop a communication plan in case of a disaster. The studio hopes the film will spur a huge influx of hundreds of millions of dollars. Thank you. This has been your Dr. Jones movie review.
Yes.
There we go. Well, you might think that's it. Geez, it's 4:20 where we've gone over time, but hey, I told you, I'm in control.
Yes.
You've tuned to the outer limits. Yes. Well, I have to throw this last one in because this is a good story. You know how we've had to swallow the big PC mamba down our throats all the time. Yeah, that big black long snake of justice or whatever it is. Well, in kind of that vein, in that feeling, I would like to offer up this story today, which, it's offending very, very many Muslims. Many, yeah. And, of course, something like this would be Charlie Hebdo machine gun response, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious, Gilbert. You know, that they went and, slaughtered all those people in France at the magazine because of the depiction of Allah or
yes.
Mahad or Muhammad or some fucking basketball player. Well, they went and mowed down all those people, of course, because you can't have a picture of Muhammad, Allah, what's-his-face, looking anything like he's supposed to look or something. Yeah. So that's fine. Well, we've had to swallow all this crap for so long now. There's a U.S. Marine who today is doing something that I personally stand up and freaking salute, sir. On his T-shirt reads, "Expletive Islam." Yes, this Marine is organizing and hosting a Draw Muhammad protest outside a mosque. Yes, that's right. Draw Muhammad as crappily as you can. Yes. Well, the Arizona Marine is hosting a Draw Muhammad event outside a Phoenix area mosque. But get this. Local Islamic leaders say they will not engage the protesters. Yes. Well, like the Westboro Baptist Church, you're not going to engage, but we're still going to be there. There you go. Well, gang, I think that is finally it.
Yes.
I think we're finally done. I want to thank the one, the only Louis Lawless for being here today. It was great to have you, sir.
Didn't you read the goddamn script? I sent it to you.
Yes, I did. I just ignored it. It's okay.
That's what they've done. They've reached a particular point that they feel they're untouchable.
Well, yeah, well, guess what? That Marine's taking it right to him. There you go. Yes. Well, now it's time for us to go watch some Turkish oil wrestling vids. Gilbert, thanks, of course, for being here again today. Loved having you.
Thank you for listening and support the show for the love of God.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Of course, George Takei, thank you for being here, my friend.
I've enjoyed it thoroughly. It has been a fantastic experience.
Yeah, you're probably going to tell Brad that you're never doing it again. Yeah.
I think it's a treat to be here talking with you.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. All right. And Louis, thank you, sir, for being here again today.
it's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
I know, me too. Nothing says happy like taking it back to the Islams. There you go. I'd like to thank Jenny McCartney in the booth again for producing the show. Great stuff. Thanks to all the listeners out there. There was many today, and including folks from all over the USA. It's good to have you here, and we'll hope to have you here tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, yes, for another fine coffee and cigarettes, the Friday Frappuccino, 3 p.m. Eastern, on HTLA or Radio 1, New York's best talk. And if you're in and around the New York area right now where it's still 81 and sunny, get out to that park. Get out and do something. Enjoy. Catch you later.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.